Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to F1 Manager 23 Hardcore Series. Series where we make things even more difficult for ourselves by ratcheting up the difficulty to hard and throwing in some additional rules and regulations we have to follow. Tonight it's round 19. We are heading to Texas, to COTA, the Grand Prix of the Americas. So yeah, while F1 in real life has headed to Nevada for Las Vegas, we're heading to Texas for COTA. We will be heading to Vegas next week on this series, but we have to get through Mexico, Brazil first before we can get to Vegas, and of course COTA tonight as well. Yeah, just 4 more races after tonight, so. The end of the season can't come soon enough. It's been a rough couple of weeks in terms of results. Unfortunately, we've just kind of had to muddle our way through. This is the price you pay when you stop development on the car and focus on research. You just fall behind very quickly. Hopefully, though, with some new rear wings on the car tonight, we can do a little bit better. Although, we have to say, it will be tempered slightly by the fact it's going to rain. Look at this, we've got wet weather and pretty heavy wet weather on the Saturday and the Sunday, so we might not even really get a chance to use that lovely new Super DRS rear wing we've got. Well, I say Super DRS, but our new rear wing, which will definitely have boosted our DRS, we might not even get the chance to actually put that into action. We will have some extra drag taken off the car and a little bit of extra downforce and a little bit of an improvement to our dirty air, which we desperately need. But yeah, we really could have done with the DRS as well. Hopefully it does not rain in Mexico, or else we are royally screwed. Right, let's see. We've got 200 grand in the bank, so we can't buy anything or make any parts. But there you can see our current spare part situation. We are waiting for money to build that brand new underfloor 3. I should have 1 in time for Mexico, 2 if I rush them, maybe, which I'm loath to do, but we'll see how it goes tonight. And we're actually running an older spec underfloor on Lawson's car tonight. He is running the original version of the underfloor because we only have 1 of the Spec 2 right now, and that's on Yuki's car. So it's not going to be a good race for Liam, I don't think. He will definitely be losing a bit of performance. Could be a bit better for Yuki, as I say, with that new rear wing, but with the weather, who knows what's going to happen. Let's set some targets for tonight's race. We're going to go conservative as we always do now, because our car is just not good. Finish position 1 in the top 15. Okay, I think we might be able to achieve that. Quali position 1 in the top 15. We should just about be able to achieve that. And 1 in Q2, we should be able to achieve that. New finish position streak. 1 in 15 for 2 races worth 280 grand. And with 3 races down on our quali streak, hopefully we can keep that going. Let's keep our fingers crossed. And let's head to COTA.
Welcome to the United States Grand Prix. The Circuit of the Americas is known for its bumpy surface, and with around 133 feet of elevation changes, starting with the uphill climb to turn 1, the Big Red, it's an all-round challenge for cars and drivers. The track in Austin is a contradiction. It's high speed, but drivers need a decent amount of downforce to make good on overtaking. Having the grip to outbrake opponents here is key.
This weekend will be taking a slightly different form, as we have the addition of a thrilling sprint race thrown into the mix.
Sit tight then for the rest of the action.
And of course, this is another sprint weekend, so there will be no Fittipaldi in the car. And as I alluded last night, we may not put Fittipaldi in the car for the rest of the season. Now, we'll see. We'll see how things go. Evening, Mr. Watter. Evening, F1 Clips. Good to see you guys. Let's start off putting on medium tyres for this session. We're going to go with 16 laps of fuel for a run at COTA. Going to swap out some parts. And yeah, we desperately are going to need a new ERS, I think, for Lawson's car. Unless we just sacrifice him for the rest of the season, which is definitely a possibility, but having just spent money on parts, I kind of like to avoid that if possible. Right, medium tyres on Yuki's car as well. I'll come back to the setups in a minute. Let's sort out the engines first. Stick with that one. Go with that ERS. That gearbox. May need new. Well, hopefully we'll be okay with gearboxes, but yeah, we are getting right down to the wire with the durability of some of these parts. Right, so setups. We'll start with Yuki's car, and I'm going to go with an 8, a 13, a 2.8, a 3.45, and a 0.2. There we go. Right, now Lawson's car. Let's go a little bit different. We'll go with an 8.5, a 13, a 1.9, a 3.5, and a 0.45. There we go. So subtle differences. And let's send them to the track. It'd be nice to get the cars dialed in today, given that we've got the rain tomorrow. Oh, obviously sprint. It'd be nice to get them dialed in this session right now, but yeah, we'll see if that works or not. So for those of you who've been following along with the news, it's been a bit of an interesting sporting day, news-wise. Obviously, starting off with Vegas, drain cover came off in first practice, and the session ran for just 9 minutes before it was cancelled. Absolutely destroyed the underside of Sainz's car, and also damaged, I think, Ocon's car as well. And then practice 2 was delayed, and then delayed again, and then delayed again, before it finally got underway. Apparently, spectators were asked to leave the circuit while the repairs were going on over safety concerns. I'm not quite sure why, but yeah, bit of a strange one. And then in football, Everton have been deducted 10 points for breaching FFP. So there have only been 2 points deductions in the history of the Premier League. One was Middlesbrough when they failed to play a match. I forget the year. And what was the other one? Oh, the other one was Portsmouth, when Portsmouth went into administration, and neither club survived the season. When that happened, when they had those point deductions, they both got relegated. So can Everton survive? I mean, 10 points is pretty big. Oh wow, look at that. We pretty much nailed Yuki. We're not there with Lawson, so we are going to call him in. Make some tweaks.
The tyres is good.
Okay.
Why aren't Man City relegated? Their case is still ongoing. Yeah, they're still being investigated. Still, yes, it's a big thing. They've been accused of a lot of mispractice, like over 100, issues over like a 10-year period. So yeah, it's going to take longer to sort that one out. We need to go to a 12.5 on the rear wings, so let's look at an 8.12, sorry, an 8.12.5, a 1.9, yeah, that would still work, a 3.5 and a 0.7. It's not quite there. I'm going to push that up to a 0.8. Oh no, wait, this should be an 8, shouldn't it? So 8, there we go. Pull that back to a 0.7. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Let's send that car back out again. Evening, Victor. What about Chelsea spending $1 billion nearly every transfer window? I don't know what's going on with Chelsea. As far as I know, they're not under investigation, but they've... it's Everton was over for losing too much money. Obviously, the whole point of financial fair play was to keep clubs self-sustaining, and Everton were allowed to lose, I think, 100 million or 105 million over a 5-year period or something like that, and they posted losses of like 125 million. They were 20 million over, so that's what they've failed for. And apparently Premier League were pushing for a 12-point deduction, but it went to 10 in the end. Which way do I go? I'm going to go that way. So yeah, Chelsea spent a lot of money, but I mean they also bring in a lot of money as well, so they might be able to skirt around it that way, but they don't have like the mega sponsorship issue that Man City do, apparently. Man City obviously have had huge influx of sums of money which they've put under sponsorship through Etihad. Which far and away outstrip everything else that anyone else has ever seen. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. How you doing, Derek? Good to see you. Oh, and a little bit more F1 news. Apparently, Lawrence Stroll has sold a minority stake of his shares to an investment firm, the same investment firm that's actually owns part of the Boston Red Sox for like $1 billion. So a lot of money for Stroll. Or Stroll Senior, as I probably should say. He is still in charge. He is still the majority share owner, but yeah, big influx of cash. So that could be important for them going forward. And look at that, we've nailed the setup. Excellent stuff. Try and keep the cars on track as long as we can.
Oh, it's the car, Yuki.
We went the wrong way on Yuki, but that's an easy fix. So we'll have him at 100% for quali as well. So an excellent... call him in, actually. An excellent practice session for us here. Got both cars exactly where they needed to be.
Check the flag, Yuki.
And you can see the car part knowledge is less than 100 because we are running those brand new rear wings. So a decent baseline for confidence heading into quali.
Welcome everyone, qualifying for the sprint awaits us, and we're raring to get going.
In a format familiar to our drivers, 3 parts of qualifying will decide who sits where on the sprint race grid. A good performance today will give them a real advantage for the rest of the weekend.
Haroon, there's Yuki Tsunoda. How would you describe things for him at the moment?
It's obvious that they're feeling confident today, and that's sure to be an advantage. I'm keen to see what they'll manage here.
Fortunately for us, it's nearly time for them to hit the track.
Okay, so let's see. Start off by putting the best bits we've got on the car. So 83% engine. The only ERS we've got, and the 80 gearbox. There we go. And then for Yuki, again the 82 engine, the 90 ERS, and the 85 gearbox. There we go. Right, we also need to tweak the setup. There we go. And we are ready to start qualifying.
Should be great.
So this will be an interesting test of our new wings, actually. Straight away, we're able to see immediately what our pace is like against
Just warm up
McLaren
tires.
here, with Norris out between our 2 cars. We can live with that, but if McLaren catch and pass us as well, we will fail our season objective to finish in 8th. We are currently 7th. But, Williams and McLaren catching us will drop us to 9th, and while that will be good for the amount of hours we get in testing and development next year, it will not be so good financially, and we'll have failed our objective for this season, which will not do us any favours with the board. So yeah, got to make sure that we can definitely beat out the McLarens. Either your internet is bad or it's mine. I think it might be mine. Yeah, the stream has been lagging. I don't know what's going on. I think it's partly YouTube, partly me.
So track.
I did notice a little spinny single there, spinny circle, but it was brief. Everything seems to be running smoothly again.
Track is clear. Okay, let's go.
Might happen occasionally again. It's been doing it on and off all week, but at least the image quality looks clean and clear. Right, how can we do on this first flying lap? Lawson is obviously purple. Norris has gone quicker. And now Yuki's gone quicker than Norris, so that's good. Our best driver is faster than their best driver. Once again, Norris quicker in the middle. How about Yuki? Yuki quicker as well. So Tsunoda is looking a little bit fast here. Well, I say, in comparison to Norris anyway. And actually Yuki, well actually I don't know, I've only just noticed, but I think Yuki has been faster than everybody apart from that that Mercedes that's just finished the first sector so far. Oh, Norris slightly quicker in the final sector there, but we are ahead by a tenth. Lawson a long way down, but of course he is running that old underfloor, so this is not going to be a good weekend for Lawson. He is definitely losing too much performance running that old Gen 1 underfloor. So we're just going to do one more lap with Yuki. But we're going to do 2 laps on new tyres for Lawson. I'm not expecting Lawson to get out of this session. Like I said, he's just losing too much performance with that old underfloor. But hopefully he can at least get himself in a reasonable position. And I think Yuki's probably got enough pace to get through just doing 1 lap on these used tyres. Evening, Hedgehog. In fact, Yuki's looking pretty quick at the moment, although I'm expecting a lot of improvement from some of those cars behind us.
Go one.
Oh, that Alpine just getting in the way horrendously there. No improvement for Lawson so far. Hopefully he'll be better on the next lap. Going to send Yuki out with about 240 or so, 230 on the clock. Yeah, no improvement so far in any sector. That's disappointing, but heavier fuel load. Oh, did go faster in the final sector. Nice. Yeah, hopefully this next lap will be better for him. Send that Yuki now. So we're going to focus on Tsunoda for this run. There's no real point focusing on Lawson because, as I say, he just does not have any pace this weekend. No fault of his own. His car is lacking an underfloor of any real value. But Yuki's got a real chance of getting a decent qualifying position here. Farah has arrived, ladies and gentlemen. He has deemed us worthy of his time and attention. We are truly blessed. Apparently we are slightly more interesting than a cat. Although I feel that is only a fleeting moment and will very quickly change.
There's a lot of bunching. You're good, you're good. Push now.
Alright, so we've got an Alpine behind us, but it's not on a fast lap, so it will be closing on us. That might cause a couple of issues, but we've got clear track in front as well. Both cars in front of us are on a hot lap. So let's see how well Yuki can do. There is an improvement from Lawson in that first sector. That's encouraging. So if we can get him up to 16th or 17th, that'll be nice. I think 16th is probably a little bit too much, but 17th would be nice. Yuki's up in the first. Alright, see you in a bit, Derek.
Checkered flag.
A little bit of a slipstream from that McLaren before it dived out of the way. Thank you, Oscar. I think it was Oscar. Not sure because Norris. Oh, yes, not Norris. It is Oscar. Right, down in the middle sector, we're actually right on the bubble here. Lawson in the end at 19th. Ooh. Yuki does improve slightly. Goes up to 14th. Used tyres, don't forget. We sent him out on used tyres for that run. So, potentially an extra couple of tenths in the car. Not a great session for Hamilton, down in 12th. Perez in 10th, although he's on a hot lap now, I think. Perez stays 10th. Ooh. Did not expect that. So, Quali 1 is over. Lawson has been eliminated in 19th. We've got penalties for Sainz, Albon, Gasly. Just those three. They will obviously not take effect until the race itself, not the sprint. And now we have second quali. So let's do one lap on these old tyres, just get a base. And then we'll look at maybe a 2-lap run on new tyres at the end.
Green light.
And once again, we're just going to whiz through this this run here because these tyres are rubbish. So this will not be a decent time at all. Just looking to get that confidence level up a bit before we put them on the good stuff.
This is in lap.
Okay.
So new tyres and 2 flying laps. And let's see what we can do.
Okay, track is clear. Recharge off and push.
No pressure from behind. Got a bit of clear tarmac in front. We probably won't catch the Ferrari. We will get this Williams, probably on the back straight. Hopefully we'll get him before we get to the end of the straight. I think we might not catch him in time. This could be awkward, depending on where we catch him. Improvements all round so far. Right. Come on, jump out of the way. He's going to start pushing now, so we're not going to catch him. But it means he won't get in our way as well. Alright, up to 9th. Not bad. Not bad at all. We did a 1:34.2. Running second off Sainz. That is impressive. Alonso's improved. We are just 20 thousandths slower than Alonso, or 200ths, depending on how you want to differentiate that. But we're still a 10.5 clear of Ocon, with the potential to go even quicker on this lap. Really hope we can. If we can get into Q3, that would be incredible, especially with rain. So that's winding up now for his final attempt.
Okay, let's go.
Ocon's improved. He's found half a second. Wow. That puts us in the drop zone. Now Albon's found half a second, if not more. Wow. Okay. We're not up in the first sector either. I think we might be out now. I never expected us to get into Q3, but for a brief moment there, I started to dream. Alright, Sergeant needs to get out of the way, which he has done. Thank you, Logan.
Check that flag.
Evening, Horrific. We are up in the middle sector. Alonso has not improved. Can we at least jump ahead of Alonso? That would be amazing. Ah, no, we can't. We just improved by just 0.005 of a second. But good effort, though. I'll take that. 12th is a decent starting place for us. And who knows what's going to happen in the wet. So let's take a look at the Q3 results. And it's Leclerc who has pole position from Sainz, who has a penalty. Max only in third, but will start from second in the main. Well, actually no, Sainz will start the sprint in second. And then we'll see what happens based on where he finishes. Albon 9th and Gasly 10th. Stroll up in 5th place. Ah, interesting. Right. Evening, Jeremy. Evening, Baron. Let's get second practice out of the way. So, we want a lot of fuel. We want about 34 laps of fuel. 35 laps of fuel, I think. See how wet it gets in practice. Oh, I forgot to swap the parts over.
Pretty low now.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, we'll just go straight onto full wets. Look how much those tyres lost in terms of life just from running those few laps in conditions that were a little bit too dry. That's a lot of life taken out of those tyres. You've never seen it rain that much before? Oh, I have. I've seen it all the way up to like 8 mil.
Whoa.
Alright, so if it was going to be dry for the race, I would probably be using a set of softs to finish this session out and keep the hards for the race. But given that it's going to be really, really shitty weather for both the sprint and the race, I'm going to hold on to those softs and throw the hards on anyway. There we go, driver's back out with a perfectly timed now bone dry track. And we'll leave them to it until the flag. Right, heading into the final 5 minutes of the session. Unfortunately, we're not going to get our track knowledge all the way up. That's the unfortunate reality of having to stop halfway through the session. It broke our curve. There you can see the point where we switched. But we got pretty close. Just over 90 for Yuki, just under 90 for Lawson. Anyone else picked up any more penalties? Just those three still? Okay, right, let's head to the sprint.
Hello and welcome as our Grand Prix weekend continues, and the sprint will soon be upon us. Well, we're going racing a little earlier this weekend, with the sprint now set to define the starting order for the Grand Prix itself.
Of course, when it comes to a sprint, it's not just about setting the grid for the Grand Prix. The drivers will be fighting hard to gain valuable championship points.
But the question is, who will be the lone star in the sprint around Texas?
So, let's have a look at this weather. It's going to have moments of inters and moments of full wet, so I think we'll tough it out on inters. See how we do. Not going to put any extra fuel in. Going to go very aggressive off the start. go.
The grid is all set here in Texas for the 19 laps of today's sprint.
Always a popular event with the audiences in Austin. We're hoping to see drivers dueling it out around the circuit of the Americas.
So then, it's time to see who wants that victory the most. Things are hotting up here in Texas.
Not really that much of a revel. Everyone's starting on inters. It's just whether anyone will switch to full wets or not.
And it's lights out, and away we go.
Copy that.
Yeah, it's not threatening to get wet for another, well, until it hits to like 12 minutes in, which is not what we're seeing on the graph there. Fuel should not be an issue. If anything, we might be able to stay in fuel burn like this for quite a while. Yeah, this is in the Black Friday sale. Both, I think, the standard version and the deluxe edition. As we go around the outside of Alonso, or at least try to. Still got the inside line through here now. And we'll have the inside line for the final turn. But we couldn't quite hold Alonso behind.
What are we doing?
Keep pushing. Back off now.
Copy.
So when you
Ah,
restart
damn it.
formations-
Damn it, damn it, damn it.
Okay.
Ah, Yuki.
Oh,
Things are okay at this stage. Oh no, that's not how to do it. And that certainly wouldn't have been in their plans today.
I can't believe they just went from this.
Keep your head down.
Well, at least it's not killed his confidence. Confidence is still pretty good. I'm surprised by that, honestly. And straight away gets past Kevin. We've got a yellow flag somewhere. That's Sargent with a whoopsie. Oh, come on!
Here we've got a yellow flag.
Talk about aggressively rejoining to stop us from getting past him. Look at this. Oh, you can't see it on the replay, but
As
yeah, he
for the
just
team back
drove
in the garage,
straight across the track to
that was a
block us
tough
there.
one.
We'll get him. We'll have him. That's another position gained for Lawson. Up to 16th.
Bring the pack up.
Yeah, copy that.
Albon's in 9th right now. Piastri in 12th, Norris in 14th. They're the two that I'm really focused on. I don't think we're going to be able to hold Williams back for the rest of this season, but we've got to hold McLaren back.
Charge on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite a lot of routes for Train Sim World currently in the Black Friday sale. I'm looking at a couple of games. I'm looking at God of War with Ragnarok. And what was the other one? Well, there were 3 actually. There's God of War. I can't remember what the second one was. And the third one was Red Dead Redemption, down to 30 quid. Toying with the idea of getting that. I'm trying to remember what the other game was that I was looking at. Oh, Jedi. I was looking at the new Jedi game. That's down to about the same sort of price as well. The lazy port, yeah, it's been patched to add 60 frames per second on PS5. It has the Undead Nightmare as well. 30 quid for that, I think, is fair. I mean, let's face it, it could have been worse. It could have been GTA Trilogy Definitive Collection, which is also on sale, but yeah, for like 30 quid. I'm not going anywhere near that. I've got the previous ports, you know, before they took them off the store, and yeah, I fancy playing those games again on those versions. I think Sargent is probably a little bit too quick in these conditions for us, without battery. I am going to drop the tyres down.
So we need to
I've burnt those quite hard.
Copy.
And in the dirty air, they're overheating still. If Red Dead was remastered or fully remastered for PS5, it would be double the price it is now. So yeah, like I said, 30 quid for, you know, Red Dead plus the Undead Nightmare expansion, and will run at 60 frames per second on the PS5. I think 30 quid is acceptable for that. Right, here comes the heavy weather, and you know what? I think, how long are we going to get it for? Maybe 5 minutes. I don't think it's worth the switch. I don't think it's going to get too much above 4. mil. I think we'll just stay on these inters. But this is going to hurt Lawson in particular. Someone's had a whoopsie. Oh, it's Yuki.
Let's have a look at that. This one is involving Yuki Tsunoda. And wide they go, leaving the racing
It's not so much running wide as taking a sneaky shortcut.
Concentration, maybe.
Overtake button.
Copy.
Yeah, we just can't quite get close enough.
And small lift off towards the tires.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm really annoyed with the Metal Gear Solid Collection. That was supposed to be 1080p 60 frames per second on MGS 2 and 3, and they're not. They're really not. They're still 720p. I don't think they're even 60 frames per second. I think they're still 30 in some parts. Although, no, actually, I think they are 60 for the most part, but only 720p. It's a very disappointing master collection. It doesn't even do what it really should have done, which is put everything into a single launcher. So you get like 7 titles, and every title is completely separate and individual. So that's 7 icons on your home screen, as opposed to just one. BioWare got it right when they did the Mass Effect trilogy. Put everything behind a single launcher. What's going on with Magnussen? Why is he so far? Oh, he's on full wets. I wonder why he was so far off the pace. But he's burnt those tyres out now. I mean, it's the right conditions for him, and he might see his pace improve, but
We can put a bit of energy on tires.
Okay.
Push on the tires.
Copy that.
a really good remaster. Yeah, the Metal Gear, the Mass Effect trilogy, one of the best remasterings I've played in a very long time. They really did that justice. Hoping that we can exploit Logan's rookie status and get a move done here. Where it might be trickier for him to manage in these conditions. A lockup for Russell.
Now this, I think, was at turn 13. Very heavy on the brakes. What caused that, I wonder?
I don't necessarily think it's quite so much that, Baron. I mean, yes, definitely there are some developers out there, not necessarily so much the developers, but certainly the publishers
Recharge on.
that really don't give two shits. And it's all about the bottom line. Take-Two, very much in that category, I think. Rockstar, a bit. You know, they are the developer, Take-Two the publisher, but I think
Back off, back off, back off.
Copy.
I think with BioWare, Mass Effect is their magnum opus.
It's okay.
It is the franchise that everyone knows them for. You know, it's the jewel in their crown. So they're always going to give that a little bit more love and respect.
We can just focus on charging the pack.
Yeah, copy.
Lift off, save
I'm
fuel.
starting to wonder whether maybe we should have taken that gamble on the wets. I think we probably have made the right choice, but Yuki's tyres are looking pretty rough. I am debating boxing him for a fresh set of inters. Let's have a look at the rest of the grid. Oh god, yeah.
No energy.
Copy.
And use anti-deploy.
Copy.
We need to focus on the energy now.
Copy.
You know, I still haven't played Andromeda. I picked up a copy off eBay a couple of years back. It's that in the drawer, still waiting to be played. I think I might even have picked up a digital version of it since then. I don't know. Can't remember if it made its way onto Plus or not. Yeah, we probably should have taken that gamble with Tsunoda. Boxed him onto the full wets. I think we could have made up enough time to cancel out another pit stop. Oh well. Good knowledge for the main race, at least. To see the difference in pace between full wets and inters. Even knackered full wets. You can see Magnussen is lapping about 5 seconds faster than we are at the moment. So if we get similar conditions like this in the main race, I think you'll see more drivers making the switch. But there'll be some that will probably still top it out. But yeah, good to get that information now, rather than in the race itself. Magnussen is now 10 seconds ahead of Lawson, 15 seconds ahead of Tsunoda. He was 5 seconds behind Tsunoda earlier on. and comfortably the fastest on the track right now. But we get to the point where these tyres are about to die off. There's only a few laps to go, so again, it's not really worth us switching onto a fresh set of winters now. We'll just make do with what we've got. We'll get to the end of this sprint and take it from there.
Need to focus on getting the pack up.
Copy.
The track is coming back to us.
Recharge on. Recharge on.
Hulkenberg is going to have to box pretty soon. Albon in 9th, not in the points yet. Russell holding the last points paying position at the moment, but he's not far off. Got to say though, you have to imagine that it'll be between Ocon and Russell for those last 2 points places. I don't think Albon will be able to get involved, and Gasly might still get him. Maybe even Alonso, you never know.
No saving required.
Copy box.
Yeah, Magnussen now right up on the back of Piastri, but he's going to be struggling. I wonder if he is going to box or if he's going to try and top it out still for the rest of the race. I don't think his tyres will last if he does. If the track water comes down to around 2 mil again, those tyres will not last the distance. They'll fall apart completely. I'm kind of curious as to see what he does here. Staying out. And he is for now. I think he might try and tough it out, you know. If he does, he's going to risk a puncture or not even finishing at all. That wear rate is only going to get faster as the track gets drier. Anyone remember Red Faction? I do. I loved the original Red Faction on PlayStation 1. Played Red Faction 2 as well, didn't enjoy it as much. But, and I think they're both on sale, you know, as remastered classics. Well, I say classics, remastered. You know, they're both available as PlayStation 1 classics on the store. In the Black Friday sale, I believe. Piastri is pulling away. Well, it's not so much Piastri pulling away. It's Magnussen dropping back. See, Hulkenberg and Norris have caught him up again. And he does box. Okay, so where's he going to come out? Oh, it's a bad stop as well. It's a really bad stop. He's going to come out last, but he's going to have much, much better tyres than us.
We push on tyres.
Yep.
So let's lean on these tyres.
Copy.
Use deploy as much as you can.
Yeah, copy.
We can
Alright,
push
come on,
one
Yuki.
step more.
Let's get a move done.
Copy.
Let's get 2 moves done. We'll get the move on Sargents. Got a yellow flag.
And slow down, Yuki. Slow down.
And that is Ocon. Oh, that puts Albon in the points.
But this is what happened. Now we're watching Esteban Ocon here. Nothing at this point. Oh, and the car locks up. And they ended up their own passenger.
We need to protect the front tyres.
Copy.
You've got energy.
Yeah, copy.
Yuki, we can push one more step on tyres.
Ah, come on, Yuki. Get the move done. Killing me here.
Push the tyres now.
Okay, copy.
There we go. We'll get him around the outside. Spent way too long stuck behind Sargent in this race. It's good to get past him and Joe finally.
And we need charge on.
Copy.
So we need one step more management.
Okay.
Look after front tyres.
Copy that.
Big lift now.
And we should, theoretically, now pull away quite quickly.
No DRS available, no DRS available.
Got the confidence boost, new personal best in the final sector.
Focus on bringing the pack back
Clean
up.
air as
Yeah,
well,
copy that.
more importantly. And we're already a second ahead of Joe. Four laps to catch Lawson, and Lawson will pull over and let him through. More important to give Yuki the position than it is for Lawson, because Lawson's not going to do very well in the main race in comparison. Well, at least theoretically he's doing better than Yuki in the sprint. And we pulled out another half second over Joe. There's Magnussen catching up again.
back off.
Copy.
And had we been able to get past Sargent earlier, this is the pace we could have been running for a lot longer.
3 to go.
This is where the lack of DRS has really hurt us. Especially considering the new wing would have given us a really good boost for DRS as well. As evidenced by qualifying in 12th. I think Albon might well hang on here for 8th place as well. May even threaten Russell for 7th. If he gets 8th, then Williams will be a point behind us. If he gets 7th, they will overtake us on position countback. Level points.
We need more liftoff.
Copy.
And you have to say Albon is looking a little bit racy right now. Let's have a look around the outside at turn 1. Russell closes the door, but not convincingly.
Two to go.
Okay, copy.
Let's push now, the tires is good.
Yeah, copy.
I think he's going to get him, you know. The tyre situation, like, yeah, pretty balanced. Well, I think Albon might actually have the beating of Russell here. It's so tricky to overtake in these conditions when you don't have a clear performance advantage. Snowder's living proof of that. You know, we had a performance advantage, but not a massive one over Sargent, and it took us an eternity to get past him. Oh, got a yellow flag. Lock up for Stroll.
Now
Where is
this was
Stroll
on
in
the
this race?
straight,
He's behind Perez.
and the car fails to respond. They were just unable to do much about it.
And that will hurt him, but it won't lose him a position. So he's going to hang on to 5th by the look of it.
So take it easy.
Copy that.
Bring the pack up.
Copy.
Last roll of the dice here for Albon. It's not close enough. I think Russell's going to hold on, so we should theoretically stay a point ahead of Williams. But we've still got the race to go as well.
no saving required.
Okay, mate, copy.
We can push more.
Copy,
Make sure
boss.
that Lawson does stay ahead of Joe and co.
We need some pace.
Copy.
Leclerc gets the win. Verstappen second. Sainz third, but with that penalty, will drop down. Albon can't get past Russell, so we'll finish 8th, get a point, and that puts Williams within one of us in the constructors. Yuki will have recovered back up to 16th place. Lawson's gained a couple of places, so he'll start 17th, up from 19th. Magnussen has got past Sargent. Can he get past Joe at the death? He's going to have a look. He just couldn't quite make it. It's not enough of a run to the line.
Checker flag, checker flag.
There we go. That is the sprint done and dusted. Not a good sprint for us. Hopefully the race will go better.
Yuki Tsunoda ends up without any points after that sprint.
They'll be asking questions of themselves following that performance.
Welcome to race day. And before we get down to it, last-minute checks are being made.
The Circuit of the Americas is definitely a track that rewards bravery on the brakes, just like when Lewis Hamilton passed Sebastian Vettel unbelievably late here to take the win in 2012. And the weather today is sunny. These are ideal conditions for the drivers to shine.
No doubt there's a lot to contend with here at the United States Grand Prix. It's going to be a thrilling outcome to a thrilling weekend.
All right then, so that's one race down. Let's have a look at the next one. It's going to start dry. It's going to get wet pretty quick, but it's not going to stay wet for very long by the look of it. And it is going to briefly dip into full wet weathers, but not long enough. So we're going to start on soft tyres. We're going to go to inters. Going to look to make the switch maybe lap 7. And then after that, we're going to look to switch back probably somewhere around about there. Hard tyres won't go the distance. So what about medium? Medium might be the way to go. At least with Lawson anyway. So we are going to get to use our funky DRS here, which is good. Which current Williams Academy driver do you think will make it to F1 first? Honestly, I'm not sure who's in the Williams Academy, apart from Chadwick. And I don't think she's going to make it, because she's racing in IndyCar at the moment. Well, IndyCar NXT. Yeah, I'm not sure what young drivers they've got coming up. Going to go the same strategy for both there. I think that's probably the better way to go. Tyre wear is quite aggressive at this circuit. So, let's see. I'm not going to take any fuel out of the car. I'm actually going to add a lap. Go really aggressive off the line here. Try and make a couple of positions before the pit stop, and then see if we can gain some places in the pit lane chaos as well. Let's head to the grid for the start of the... Oh, I don't know. I've just seen we're starting in 15th and 14th. So we've gained a couple of places thanks to penalties. And let's see how we can actually do in the race itself.
We're not far off now here in Austin as the drivers ready themselves for this 56-lap race. We look now to Esteban Ocon, who's clearly ready and raring to go.
Starting P8 is decent for them. Provided they keep the race clean, there's points on the table.
And the time has come. Let's go racing. Sit tight and get ready. It's the United States Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
We leave it to you.
Copy.
Right then. Both drivers giving instructions. Push hard. See what we can do. Sights down in 90. Both Williams are behind us, so Albon's obviously had that penalty. Piastri and Norris both in the points right now. That is a disaster for us, but they're not going to stay there. Based on the current drivers, I don't really know how any of them are going to do, really, to be honest. I've not really been following their careers too much. A bit of a disaster for us there with Lawson and Zhou both making a lunge on Tsunoda. And of course, Lawson had to back out because of his instruction, which has now dropped him way off the back and under pressure from Albon. Can he hold that position? Close the gap back up to Zhou. Going to have the inside. He's now got Sainz's Ferrari right behind him, and he has lost the place. Yeah, like I said, not expecting anything especially good from Lawson in this race. Anyone had bad buffering? We had a little bit of buffering earlier, but it's been fine. At least on my end, it's been fine. Has been since first practice.
Recharge on.
Copy.
We can just focus on charging the pack.
Copy.
Going to leave these tyres on full push all the way through this stint, because it's going to be a very short stint. I'm not entirely convinced it's just my internet. I think there's some issues with YouTube as well. We've had all sorts of issues with the YouTube chat just not working for on and off for about a month now. So
Use and deploy when you can.
Copy.
right, Sargent gets past Albon.
Use energy.
Sainz gets past Albon. They're still fighting side by side, stuck behind Zhou, and that's going to give Lawson a chance to sneak up onto the back of them. Maybe if we're lucky, we can get a run on Albon here. You see Yuki is having a look at Valtteri. Oh, couldn't quite get it, had to back out, got squeezed. Check the weather, make sure it's still going to rain when I think it is. Yeah, it looks like. Yeah, definite chance on Bottas now. He's out of DRS range of Gasly. With our new rear wing, we should swoop past him here. Yes, we do. And Lawson up the inside of Joe there. Very nice. And if we can keep the pressure on, we might even have a chance on Albon. Although I'm not holding my breath on that one.
Recharge on, recharge on.
Back off now. Copy.
Tyres burning up slightly faster than I'd like, so I have just dropped them down a touch. Wanted to make sure we stayed in DRS range before I did that though. We are likely to get gobbled up by Sainz on this lap. It's looking like lap 8 to 9 is going to be when we need to box now, as opposed to lap 7. And there goes Sainz, as predicted. Everyone else have been pushing their tyres pretty hard as well, with a few exceptions. So I don't feel too bad about my decision to really hammer the tyres. Oh, yellow flag.
Rain still coming. Copy.
Lawson running wide.
Now the Alpha Tauri involved here. Just a bit too wide at that point, and they'll find themselves at a disadvantage.
He has dropped him out of range of Albon now, unfortunately. He's going to be under pressure from Magnussen. Albon gets past Bottas. No surprise there. Norris and Piastri still in 9th and 10th and fighting each other. But given them being so close on track, that's going to hurt them when the rain falls in the pit lane chaos. They're either going to have to stack, which is going to cause one to lose a good 4-5 seconds or so, or they're going to have to send one out for an extra lap, which potentially could lose them just as much, if not more time. Plus, it's going to be very chaotic. That rain's going to fall very quickly, so I can see some real chaos in the pit lane coming our way here. Wilson has been passed by Magnussen. That has been coming. I'm okay with that. Would like to keep ahead of Albon though, but I just don't think we've got enough pace. Yeah, he's going to get us into turn 1 by the look of it. We're going to delay the pit stops. It hasn't started raining yet. Might be boxing at the end of the next lap though.
And some drop of rain.
Top 10.
Albon's going to get us here. He's going to have the DRS. Nearly contact. Was there contact? There was. Oh, that's hurt the confidence there.
Okay.
Here we are then at the 11th corner. Cutting it so close. And the impact on the car, it's quite clear. Now their confidence will have taken a
hopefully be a
hit
racing
with
incident. No penalties.
that. And look at the...
Be nice if Albon gets one.
Stay close to the car in front.
Push these tyres again now. We are fast approaching our pit stop window. Yeah, racing incident. Wilson losing another place. Yeah, with that lack of a decent floor, he is certainly just going to be struggling to do anything in this race. Not going to retire him though. At least not yet anyway. Maybe later on. We'll see how it does when it dries up again. Still looking to box at the end of next lap. And Wilson's tyres are gone.
So take it easy in the fast corners.
Okay, copy.
Let's get him harvesting.
We need to focus on the energy now.
Copy.
Lift and coast.
Copy.
Charge on.
Yeah,
Do the same with Yuki.
Yuki, lift off to avoid instability.
Yeah, copy.
Oh, is that a spin for Joe?
Yellow in the straight. Yellow in the
Yes,
straight.
it is.
Zhou Guan Yu is the focus here. Whoa, and around they spin. In
Good
the end,
avoiding
just
action
a
there for
helpless
Lawson.
passenger.
Oh, I'm not convinced whether I should box this lap or not. I'm going to have to, I think, with Lawson. Take that gamble. I don't know what to do with Yuki, though.
Box, box.
Copy box.
Might be better to leave Yuki
think
out
it's
for another
Inter?
lap. Yeah, we'll leave him out for another lap. So I'm going to have to tread very carefully on this next minute or so.
Do we think
Track
it's
is
good
coming
for
to us
Inter?
slowly now. I don't want to burn these tyres out too quickly. 2.7 is an okay stop. It's not amazing.
Recharge.
And we're going to see a lot of movement in the pits this lap.
Okay, deployment should be good.
Okay, copy.
Need to focus on getting the pack up.
Yeah, copy.
Track is now ideal for
No
Inters.
safety required.
Yeah, copy.
And everyone's diving in. So you could gain a place or two here. What's the crossover? Around about 0.8.
Album pitted.
Absolutely everybody's boxed. Lawson might gain a place or two here as well, given that everyone's going to have to double stack and there's going to be cars getting held. Look how far Sainz got held there. Any other pit stop issue which didn't help him. 2.6, that's not bad. We got held a little bit, but we cut straight through Sargent and Albon. And we jumped Piastri. We're up into 13th. That's worked out very nicely. And here comes Lawson.
Slow down.
Copy.
And he's jumped Sargent and Joe. Joe was always going to be behind us, I think, given the fact that he was spun before the stops. But Albon's lost out big time there. And Sargent has been jumped by Lawson, so that was worked out quite nicely for him. Go back to Yuki. He's definitely gained up to 13th now. Norris still in 10th, but you've got to imagine that Sainz is going to pick him off pretty quickly. Sainz would have been above Norris, but Sainz had that delay on his stop, which then got him stuck behind a load of cars, waiting for them to go through before he could be released. And this is a relatively short stint on the inters, so I'm actually going to push the inters
We can push
a
a bit
little
more.
bit.
Okay.
We're at the bottom of the pack now, aren't we?
Copy box.
Focus on bringing the pack back up.
Copy.
No DRS until the rain stops. So we are going to have to do this the hard way when it comes to getting places. Sainz has taken a second out of Norris so far this lap. Points would be nice, but the main objective is just to make sure we finish in front of both McLarens. If that means finishing in 11th with them in 12th and below, I'm okay with that. We've got to stop them from scoring points.
Recharge on.
Okay.
It is going to have a little period of wet. I am not going to make a change with Yuki, I don't think, but I am going to take that gamble with Lawson. Just because his pace is so bad at the moment, having a period where he can run faster than everyone else might help him hang on to 18th later on, because Sargent is hauling him in hand over fist right now. In fact, I think Sargent's about to get him. So given that we are going to do that, let's really push these tyres for Lawson.
Copy that.
Actually, Yuki and Piastri is closing us down. I'd like a little bit more information before I make a decision as to whether I'm going to box Yuki or not. I am considering it. But if I am going to do it, I have to be decisive with that decision, and I have to do it before it hits 4 mil. Just need another step on the track details there. Lawson is holding off Sargent, although he's melting the tyres to do it. So far as Yuki is holding back Oscar. Let me see, we're going to get about 8 minutes, maybe, if that, of full wet weather tyres. It's enough for Lawson, but I'm going to keep Yuki out.
Box now, box now.
Yeah, copy box.
I will have another think about Yuki at the end of this lap. We'll keep an eye on Lawson's split times. Well, that's a nice smooth stop, 2.4 seconds. Liking that.
It's a clear on exit.
Fastest stop so far. You know, I'm going to take the gamble. I'm going to take the gamble. I'm going to be decisive.
And box, Yuki box.
Yeah, copy.
This could blow up in my face, but
Okay.
we're going to try it. Is anyone else going to try it? Magnussen's going for it again. He did that in the sprint. It's better than his first stop. We'll take that. And that is the 5th fastest stop so far. So, we're now into interesting times. Track is now wet. Inters are going to start to struggle. These full wets should start to spring to life now. See how quickly Lawson is closing in on Zhou. Sonoda is taking some chunks out of Sargent as well. No one else has taken the gamble, just us and Magnussen. The question is now, how long can we reap the benefit of this before the track goes away from us again? We have to switch back to inters. wetter it gets, the better it gets for us. As Lawson gets the move done, that gets his confidence up nicely. Yuki taking huge chunks out of the Logan Sargent here.
Pressure on the overtake.
Copy.
Use energy.
Yeah, copy that.
Try and exploit every performance advantage that we have right now. At least we didn't get stuck behind Sargent like we did in the sprint. And we barely got the pass done on the straights. But look how much time we've pulled out since the straight. Over 2 seconds. Yeah, I think I made the right call, boxing both drivers. Just since the straight, we pulled out 3.5 seconds on Sargent. Absolutely made the right call.
Bring the pack up.
Okay, mate, copy.
I do need to clear these two quickly. That's a good start. Can we get Valtteri in the braking? Oh, what the hell? Where did he come from?
Use anti-deploy. Use anti-deploy.
Copy.
Here we are then looking at turn 12.
We got the
And
move
they
done.
squeeze by.
We tucked him behind, and look at this, Albon. Cheeky bugger that he is, just dive bombs us. I wonder why we'd slowed down so much. It's because Albon threatened to torpedo us.
Charge on.
Ah, god
Copy.
damn it. That hurts. That really hurts. Because these guys are crawling right now. Come on, get the move done. Here we go.
No DRS available. No DRS available.
Copy.
Yuki, make the move. Oh, god damn it. What is going on here? Why are we getting dive bombed by the AI like this? This is ridiculous.
Keep pushing.
We're losing so much time. These goddamn dive bombs. There you go, Farrah. Right, Magnussen gets through.
Overtake battle.
Got to get this move done on Bottas right now. I don't understand why my drivers are so hesitant here, or why Yuki in particular is so hesitant. Come on, Yuki, you're killing me here. Magnussen's 4 seconds, 5 seconds up the road already. That's where we should be pushing in on Norris right now. Right, we're through, and we are not going to get dive bombed again, but we lost so much time there. That's absolutely ridiculous.
Recharge on, recharge on.
Right, Yuki's in peak confidence. So's Lawson. We're going to absolutely just floor it now because the rain is starting to go away again. Look how quickly we caught Piastri there.
Use deploy, use deploy. Use energy now.
I've got one more lap before I have to box.
Recharge on.
But we should have been knocking on the door of Norris. Comfortably knocking on the door of Norris. But we lost so much goddamn time with Albon and his dive bomb shenanigans there. Gonna absolutely thrash it on this next lap because we're boxing at the end of the next lap. I did think about trying to stay out on these tyres, but they'll fall apart and we'll lose way too much time. I've got the confidence boost though. That's what I was hoping we would get out of the Inters.
Box, box.
Copy.
Okay, we box, box for Inter. Box, box.
Copy box.
Box, box for new Inter. We can just focus on charging the pack.
So it's not going to have worked out in terms of track position, unfortunately. Or at least not for Yuki. It will for Lawson, I think, possibly. But it absolutely has worked out in terms of getting them from, you know, driving at medium confidence to peak. Plus, every overtake that we've done has theoretically hurt the confidence of the AI drivers. And now come the pit stops, and again we'll be flooring these tyres until we box again. I wonder if Magnussen's going to tough it out. Oh, that's a good stop. 2.4. 2.6, it's not too bad. So we've got two 2.4 second stops there.
Clear on exit.
We've got the fastest 2 stops so far. And now we've got brand new inters against everyone else with fairly worn inters. I think Magnussen will probably tough this out until the end of the rain. Lap times are going to be a bit skewed for us on this lap. And last lap. The next lap we do will be where we see what our pace is in comparison to the rest of the field. And it should be quicker. Full push on brand new inters. Magnussen's boxed. Okay, so he isn't going to tough it out. Have we done enough with Yuki to maybe close up the gap, or even get back past Magnussen here? He gets a bad stop as well. That was okay. He might stay ahead of us here. Going to be very close into the turn. There is Magnussen coming out the pits. And he gets out just in front of Sargent. Taken some short-term pain with this additional stop on back onto inters again, but I'm hoping it'll pay out in the long term. See if we can jump Sargent on the main straight here. Nope.
Recharge on. You deploy as much as you can.
I think Sargent's pushing at the moment as well. He's looking a little aggressive at the moment here. Storming off the back of Magnussen.
Recharge
It
on.
would be at all surprised to
Recharge
see Sargent with a faster time at the end of this lap.
overtake button.
Yeah, a 147.1. He's definitely pushing. Right, let's go to harvest mode.
Wait.
We're not going to be able to get past him until he either gets past Magnussen or
Looks no more rain coming
he
we'll keep you posted.
stops pushing.
Okay.
So we'll try and get some battery in the car for another lunge in another lap or so. Track is drying up quickly. Bottas holding everybody up here. And there's a big gap now between Sainz and Norris, so unless someone retires, Norris isn't going to get back in the points. That's good. Let's have another crack now at Sargent.
Copy.
Right, we've got a slipstream on the back of Magnussen. Can we get him under braking? No, he's backed out again. Come on, Yuki.
Charge on.
Copy.
I know we don't have an amazing car, but I've been struggling to understand why Yuki is not committing to any overtakes tonight. He's in the highest control aggression. I'm going to drop him down a touch. Let's see if that makes a difference. I doubt it will, but, you know, kind of out of ideas at the moment.
Risk is receding.
Copy.
Recharge off.
Yeah.
Surely this is the lap. I haven't got the move done yet. There we go. Finally get the move done.
Recharge on. Recharge on. Recharge on.
Lawson in clean air is just gobbling at the time between the two of us. He was 4 seconds down last lap. And there was only 2.
Overtake button.
Oh, we can find ourselves getting boxed in behind Bottas here.
Charge on.
That went better than I feared it would. That's another place gained, and we're boxing next lap. And there is the move on Valtteri. Excellent. So now we can start to use the pace we've got. Hopefully. Oh God, no. No battery means we lose ground to Bottas to get past by Magnussen.
Box.
Copy box.
We need to focus on the energy now.
Copy.
Might be a lap early for Lawson, but again, I'm thinking about the pit lane chaos. Gonna go one more lap with Yuki. Might get DRS here.
Charge on.
Copy.
Oh, he's the truck.
Yeah, he's right. He's not far away from the car.
No, we didn't quite hit the detection point before the rain. Unfortunately, the Sergeant did. Which is why he got the DRS and we didn't. Another 2.4 second stop. That's a good stop for Sergeant. Sorry, for Lawson there. That could be the new quickest stop.
Energy's good.
Copy.
Keep looking after these tyres.
Yeah, copy.
Box, box.
Copy.
charge.
Copy.
A little flurry of activity there. Hamilton on down, all boxing. Can we complete this move? No, we can't. All right, let's go back into harvest.
We need to do lift off,
Okay.
anti-deploy when you can.
Copy. 3.
Copy.
Not bad stop, but again getting held for Bottas. There goes Lawson. Very nearly a collision between our two drivers then.
Copy.
And the front runners are boxing. Has Max boxed yet? Yes, he has. Oh, they've gone hards. Ooh, okay. So they're going hard soft. Is that it for the wet weather? Yes, that's it for wet weather now. Dry to the finish. We're going medium, medium.
Need to focus on getting the pack up.
Copy.
Back off.
Copy.
We definitely lost out in that round of stops. I was really hoping we'd make more progress on the new Inters. Confidence levels have started to naturally degrade as our momentum has been a bit static. Might be able to get away with another set of softs actually. Yeah, let's go with that for Yuki. And Lawson. Might also be able to get away with a set of softs. I think the rain lasted a little longer than I was expecting it because it was a little later starting as well, so my initial plan means I probably could have got away with hards to the end, but I'm hoping on the better pace.
A small lift off 12 the tires.
Copy.
Use and deploy when you can.
Copy.
Use everything.
Copy.
So I think it's fair to say this race has not gone our way so far, but we've had some glimpses, some promising signs of a little bit of rediscovery of pace. And when we get new floors, it might make us a little bit more competitive again. So it's not a complete disaster. The new wing has definitely helped. But it was never going to be a magic move, a magic bullet that would suddenly make us super competitive again. It's one component on a car that's bad and it can only do so much.
Charge on.
Okay.
Still, we're in a position now to get Bottas finally, so we can get that confidence back a little bit higher again.
Focus on bringing the pack back up.
Yeah, copy.
Now we can push one step more on tires, Yuki.
Copy.
No energy.
Copy.
There we go. Hopefully Liam will get him on this lap as well. And let's see what we can do with some clear air.
Comfortable to push.
Okay, copy.
Not stellar, is it? 1:39.0. Although it is quicker than Norris. Hulkenberg, I think, is behind Norris. Oh no, he's way off actually. So yeah, it's not bad. Second faster than Norris, Hulkenberg. Half a second faster than Piastri. Slower than Albon and Magnussen, but I think they're pushing. Or Magnussen might not be pushing. He's just on softs. Albon's pushing though.
Use deploy.
Good.
No saving required.
Copy.
Let's try and break away from Valtteri. Make it easier for Lawson. go.
Charge on.
Copy.
Lift now.
Okay.
Just left the coast.
Okay, copy.
Okay, we're not far from getting lapped. .8 kilos of fuel for a lap here, so we can go ahead and push a bit more.
Bring the pack up.
Copy that.
Oh, yellow flag. Look up for science.
Let's have a look at the action. It's all at the final corner. Struggling with the car. But that's just the risk you take. The later you leave it.
Well, we are slowly closing in on Albon, but it's not by much. I think a top 15 place is doable. I don't think we'll get much beyond that. Magnussen has now got his way past Piastri. Sargent having a look at Valtteri. Might get him into turn one. Oh, nope, not this lap.
Use energy.
Okay, mate, copy.
Obviously the track just good for the Williams car. I don't think it's that. I think they are decent in pace. I think some other teams will have brought some upgrades here. Williams might have brought theirs early compared to some of the other guys. Plus, don't forget they really lost out in the sprint with the wet weather. But Albon's on hard tyres, we're on mediums, and we're pushing those tyres, and we are only taking a couple of tenths out of Albon, who has caught Piastri.
Copy that.
Come on, Yuki.
Okay.
We need to focus on the energy now.
Copy.
No energy bottom of the pack.
Copy.
Cooling is definitely a better way to go, and not really pushing in the lower difficulties. You have to push in the higher difficulties because the AI does, and if you don't, you just lose seconds a lap. But I didn't think to check the strategy window with the changes to the weather against my initial pre-race strategy plan. So had I done that, I probably wouldn't have gone onto the mediums. I probably would have gone hards and just rode them to the end. However, yeah, I committed to the medium and then realised that I can go medium soft, and I could possibly have gone soft. I don't know, but yeah. We're in a position where we have to push now because we've got another stop to make, and we need to try and use up these tyres as best we can before that stop happens. Otherwise, we're just leaving pace on the table.
Save fuel.
Copy.
We can fight.
Copy.
Taking about a second a lap out of Albon now. Also lapping at the same pace. Max just going into turn 1 now, so that's where we are in terms of getting lapped, which is going to happen almost certainly when we make our stop, I would imagine. Really like to get an overtake on Albon and Piastri before the pit stop, just to get that extra bit of confidence back into Yuki before he gets onto the softs, so he can really maximise his pace on those tyres. Lawson, we're just going to leave to his own machinations there. Like I said, I'm not expecting any great things out of Lawson. I think as long as he can stay ahead of Bottas and Show by the end of the race, I'll be happy with that. That underfloor of his is pretty crap.
Need to focus on getting the pack up.
Copy.
still looking safe in terms of points. Norris 27.3 seconds off the back of Stroll now. Like I said, the only way Norris is going to get anywhere near the points is if there's a retirement in front of them, which I really hope is not going to be the case. Have I just cursed myself with the yellow flag? Is that just someone running wide? Magnussen boxing to get off those softs. Oh, it's Albon running wide. Oh, excellent. That gives us an opportunity here.
Use deploy as much as you can.
Like I said, this is the optimal stop for the pit. I might go another lap. But we will box Lawson at the end of this lap.
Box this lap.
Copy, box.
Can I get that confidence up? I need to peak before the pit stop. It's a bit tricky with Piastri and Albon both scrapping against each other.
Recharge on.
Copy.
I'm not convinced I'm going to have the pace to do it. But we'll try.
Overtake button.
Copy.
Box.
Can we get a 2.3 for a stop? That would be amazing. We've already got a 2.4 with both drivers, so as far as I know we are first and second still in the competition. No way for knowing for sure though. Here's a chance for Yuki.
Charge is good.
Yeah, copy
Get
that.
us back down a bit.
Use energy.
Copy.
No
He's going to get him here though, I think.
Copy.
Yes, he does. Nice. So almost back into peak confidence. Not quite.
We need a recharge on.
Yeah, copy.
Back off.
Copy.
So slow.
Yeah, copy.
Alright.
Yeah, agree.
Come on, blow me away with an amazing pit stop here. I am blown away. Thank you, boys. 2.3. That's the fastest stop, surely. Yes. Excellent stuff. Oh, so close to contact. We are a lap down now. Max is just in front of Magnussen and Sargent. No, just Magnussen. There is Sainz. No, sorry, Leclerc. God, I'm getting everyone's names wrong again. Opening yourself up to ridicule, what is the point of the pit stop table? It's the DHL fastest pit stop competition, so whoever wins the competition with the most points at the end gets a nice big cash prize. About 12 million, I think, for winning the competition. And then obviously it steps down based on where you finish, so the more points you accrue, the higher you finish in the table, and the more prize money you get at the end of the season. Which for us, given our bleak financial situation, is, you know, hugely important.
Recharge on.
Copy.
Focus on bringing the pack back up.
Okay, copy.
Absolutely worthwhile, especially considering we're in third in the competition right now, and you know, within striking distance of first, and we may possibly get first back after today, depending on how Red Bull and Ferrari do. Max doing? He's doing 138.6s. We should be able to go faster than that on these tyres.
Lift off to avoid instability.
10 laps to go. See, if Max is doing a 138.6, what's everyone in front doing? 139, 140, 139, 140. It's too far behind to catch up in time, I think. Yeah, we might not get... well, we might get Sargent. Like I said, top 15 is where I'm aiming for, so if we get that, I'm happy. Well, not necessarily happy, but content. We are 2.5 seconds faster than Sargent at the moment, so yeah, definitely doable. Start saving some fuel just in case I do have to unlap myself.
Copy.
So about 6 seconds off Sargent. And he is lapping 1.7 seconds a lap slower than Verstappen, so Verstappen's going to lap him, and that means we can pounce on him. We are actually the quickest car on track at the moment without even trying. I am going to have a quick sneaky lunge for the fastest lap, I think, at the end of this lap. I don't think we've got that as one of our objectives. No, we don't. But it'd be nice to take that point away from Max, even if we don't get it. Lawson gets back past Bottas. Excellent. So he is on target to finish in 18th. See what we can do. Apparently not that much in the first sector. Although we didn't have DRS. We haven't got it here either, so again, probably not going to get anywhere this lap. I'm going to save the battery.
Recharge on, recharge on.
We'll have another go on the next lap. Let's make sure we get in range this lap. Might not have enough battery for a full flying lap, but we'll do what we can. At the very least, we should get ourselves in front of Magnussen.
Save fuel.
Copy.
Oh, Sargent's going to have to pull over on this lap, I think. Yeah, take that, Max. Short-lived moment of glory there, but it's got me into peak confidence and a purple middle sector.
No DRS available, no DRS available. Charge on.
We were lining up the overtake. But we did put manners on Magnussen there.
Okay, we charge on, recharge on.
What did we actually do on that last lap? A 1:36.5. Could have gone a little bit quicker, but we had to stop as soon as we came out the final turn.
Overtake available.
I'm now wondering if maybe we've got an outside chance of getting Piastri as well. Depends how quickly Max gets onto him. He's not far off him. He's halfway there already.
Overtake button.
Go on, Yuki.
Loves to go.
Good lad, good lad. Alright, bring on Piastri. Not quite sure that we have a W14 here.
Use anti-deploy as much as you can. So we need to back off. Lift off, save fuel.
So Piastri's going to get pulled over on this lap.
4 laps after this.
And we're going to be in a position to try and capitalise on that. Logan is lurking.
Overtake button. So let's push.
Logan is really pushing right now. As we swoop past Piastri, oh, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. 14th. That's as high as we're going to get. We're not going to catch Albon. He is too far ahead. I think. Well, let me check. Actually, what's he doing? He's doing 139s. He's lapping a second slower. Yeah, he's too far ahead. Verstappen's not going to get him. We can't unlap ourselves, otherwise we are going to run out of fuel.
We need to lift off.
But as long as we can stay in Max's DRS, we are protected from Sargent behind.
3 laps to go. And slow down, Yuki. Slow down.
So we'll just stay tucked up here. Be a bit of a stealth pull, ready to pounce on an unsuspecting car if it gets too far back. Oh, we've dropped out of range. Knackers.
You can push harder.
No, Yuki! Oh.
Right then, we can take a look now.
God damn it. He's destroyed the tyres as well.
Now we can push one step more on tyres.
Copy.
Yuki, we box.
Copy. Agree.
There's no point staying out. We couldn't have pushed the tyres to even try and get past Magnussen or Sargent because we would have risked a puncture and retirement. So we'll have another speedy stop. 2.4, we'll take that. We'll put fresh tyres on and just make sure we finish the race. Gutted though.
Use deploy.
Copy.
You can use energy.
14th place was ours. It just never goes our way, does it? So, in the race of the tortoise versus the hare, the tortoise is going to win. Lawson just plodding around here with that spec 1 underfloor.
Max Verstappen
Over half a second a lap slower than
and
Yuki.
today's winner.
It's all going to finish ahead by nearly 10 seconds.
Check the flag.
There we go. Ah.
Max Verstappen has done it. He's sealed this year's driver's title.
And that's title number 2. What a sensational talent.
Well, Max Verstappen can add yet another podium to his already impressive record.
There really doesn't seem to be a way to stop them winning this year. Amazing consistency.
So, ladies and gentlemen, your podium for the United States Grand Prix. And down there in the AlphaTauri garage, Karun, what would they be making of that race, do you think?
It's not been the greatest weekend. Both drivers need to step up and show what they can do. And the team have to be there to support them.
And with that, our time in Texas now draws to a close.
We're nearing the end of the season and it's time for some serious heat. Stay with us as Formula One moves to Mexico City.
So there we go. Confirmation of the final results. Max gets the win and the fastest lap and the Drivers' Championship. There's just 112 points left. He's obviously more than that ahead of whoever is in second. I think it's Leclerc. So congratulations, Max. It just sets the benchmark of what we need to achieve. If we take a look further down the standings, there's another podium for Alonso, getting 4 places and passing Hamilton in the process. Good recovery race from Sainz, up 15 places to get 10 more points for him. Bad race for Perez, down 3. Bad race for Russell, down a couple of places. Stroll losing out quite heavily as well. And at least Norris and the Williams drivers didn't get any points today. Albon up 5, but not close enough. Oscar down 5. Sargent up 4. And then down 4 places for Yuki. Not a good race for him. Let's take a look at the Drivers' Championship. There you see 112 remaining. He is 140 points ahead of Leclerc, who moves back into second place by 2 points from Checo. Very close between those two. Checo is on 2 wins. Charles has 3. So if it finishes tied and neither of them win another race, Charles will win the fight for second place on countback of wins. There you see in 4th place, Carlos is a long way behind the battle for second. So he is getting no higher than that, I don't think. Alonso in 5th. Russell 6th. Hamilton overtakes Stroll with his strong performance this weekend, 15 points. And just 5 for Stroll. If we scroll a little bit further down, more points for the Alpines. No points for Haas. There is Albon's additional point from the sprint. And that means in the constructors that Williams are now just 1 point behind us. Red Bull are absolutely storming the constructors. If they haven't already won it yet, they probably will win it in Mexico. I think Mexico is when they'll be able to wrap that up. They are, let's see, 231 points clear. How many points are remaining? So it's 44, 88, 132. Yeah, there's not enough points left. So Red Bull have already won the constructors. Ferrari are pretty much confirmed, I think, in second now. 30 points the gap between Aston and Mercedes. That will go down to the wire, I think, those two. And so is this fight here going to go down to the wire. You know, will we finish 7th, 8th or 9th? We're not going to get any better than that, I don't think, unless that underfloor suddenly makes us a rocket ship and allows us to overhaul Haas. Somehow I can't see that. Let's see how we did, though, in the pit stop competition. Did we get a 1-2? Yes, we did. Fantastic stuff. Ahead of McLaren. Red Bull in 4th and 6th. So we will get some points over Red Bull. And Ferrari only had 1 car in the top 10, and that was in 8th place. Just 4 points. So we're going to breeze past Ferrari. Are we going to get past Red Bull as well? Not quite. But we've got the gap back down to just 7 points. Getting very, very close again. We've had 5 of the fastest pit stops so far this season. 1 less than Red Bull, 1 more than Ferrari, and you know, we are definitely going to finish, I think, now in the top 3. I think McLaren are too far behind, so we're on for a good haul of cash at the end of the season from this competition. It's just a question of how much. Hopefully, we can stay in the top 2 at the very least, but we are within spitting distance of actually winning this competition outright, and I really, really would love that to happen. There you can see the multitude of pit stops that we made there. There are the fastest stops. That is the 2.3 for Yuki. That was the fastest stop overall. He also had a 2.42, which was just 3,000 slower than that stop on lap 14 for Lawson, but his fastest was a 2.418. So very, very quick. Just 65,000 slower than Yuki in the end. See how our drivers did in terms of their driver reports. 8 overtakes, 8 failed, 8 defences, and 8 and 7 failed for Lawson. That's not bad. Not bad at all. 21 overtakes for Yuki, 23 failed, which is not so good. 7 successful defences, 8 failed. Not bad. And in terms of sponsorship, we come out with another 2.6 mil. So that will pay for our underfloors. Alright, did we get through inspection without any issues? I don't think we did. Oh, no, we didn't. Chassis failed, 2 front wings have failed, and a side pods have failed. Don't know if I can replace all of those parts. We might have to make some stuff. Do we want to skip Oh, no, we did skip one, didn't we? So they want to rearrange it for January. Yeah, that's fine. That's next season. Oh, stop. Ah! I forgot to manufacture the underfloor. Okay, I don't think we're going to get either in time now. Mexico is... Oh, bugger. Ah... How much would it cost me to just emergency them? 3.2 mil. What? 3.2 mil. Oh my god. What about if I emergency one of them? 1.6. It's going to be worth a lot. I'm going to emergency one of them for Yuki. And then we'll go ahead and just manufacture a couple. So it's going to be 8 days, which is just in time for Sao Paulo, for us to get one for Liam. And then he'll have a spare. Well, 8 days later than that, we'll have a spare for the last 2 races of the season at Las Vegas and Abu Dhabi. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I've just got a feeling that with the new rear wing and that new underfloor, Yuki's got a chance of points going into Mexico, and I would really desperately love to actually get some points. Right, we can take the old underfloor here off and give that to Liam, which is better than the one he's got fitted. And then we can fit this new one onto Yuki. There we go. Let's see. So suspension is going to fail after this race. Underfloor's got one more race in it, but that's fine. It's getting replaced at the end of the race anyway. Chassis is looking a bit low. So I've got one spare chassis. I've got one spare front wing. I need to make a couple of those. I need more rear wings. I've got to do rear wings as well. Okay, so how much are front wings? 300 grand. Rear wings. Oh, hang on. I'm on the wrong thing, aren't I? 225 and 275. Oh, I can afford one of each. Excellent. They should theoretically be ready for race day, just in case. But I don't have enough money to start another project. That's fine. We'll do that after Mexico. Getting those underfloors on was much more important, I think. So, let's advance time another day. There we go. Very expensive manufacturing cost for that underfloor, but I like I said, I think it's going to be worth it. Let's do a comparison between the two cars first of all. So there you can see the difference with Liam running the new rear wing, but the old, previous spec, the Spec 2 underfloor. That's his current car stats. And then you can have a look at Yuki. Big difference in the low speed, which is important because there are some pretty nasty low speed corners at Mexico. The DRS and speed advantage and acceleration advantage is going to be crucial here as well. And the improvement in the medium and high speed is going to be important. The improvement in dirty air tolerance helps as well. So, yeah, Yuki has a chance of getting some points in Mexico, I think. We'll find out for sure when we come back on Monday for the next Grand Prix. We will be finishing this season next week. We've got a rain-affected quali, maybe? So, yeah, next season will possibly start on Friday next week. I haven't decided whether I might hold that back until next Monday, a week on Monday, and do something else on the Friday. We shall see. But we will be back at the usual time, 8 p.m. on Monday for Mexico. It's a normal race weekend, no sprint. So let's see, can that new underfloor combined with the new rear wing propel us back up into contention for points? I'm going to keep my fingers crossed, and I will see you all with some more F1 Manager very soon.